I'm joined in the studio by junior Michael Rooney of the men's soccer team. Thanks for being with us today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
First, I want to talk about your season individually. You missed a couple of games so far this season. Why were you out?
Let's see. I had come down with a hamstring problem early on in the season, and then towards the end of the season, I actually came down with swine flu. So I needed to miss a few games for that.
Oh, wow. Do you think that had any impact on how you played this season, or was it kind of a big damper on it?
No. If anything, it gave me a little bit more time to rest the hamstring and some other injuries I had. So I took advantage of the rest and was able to come back after it. So.
Okay, now let's talk about Fisher as a team. When you look at the Empire 8 rankings as far as goals, shots, all the different statistical categories, Fisher in a lot of ways was pretty much towards the middle of a pack, maybe 3 or 4 in a lot of those ranking categories. You guys did make it to the postseason, but how would you describe this team this year?
A good team. You know, we have a lot of kids came out for it this year, and Coach kept a lot more kids than are normally on the average soccer team. But if anything, I think it added to the depth of our team. You know, it made practices a little bit more competitive, which in turn I think just made us better as a team. So I think we got a special group of guys, and you know, luckily there towards the end we were able to make a run and make it to the conference tournament.
And now I went to nearly every home game this season to cover, and it seemed like you had a yellow card almost every single game I saw. How would you describe your style of play? Is that just part of the way you play? I
don't know. I've been told, you know, I kind of have a different personality when I'm on the soccer field than when I'm off. But I kind of tend to be competitive. And so I guess that comes out in my style of play a little bit. Now, also, you actually got one in the ECAC Championship game against Elmira. Do you remember that play? Is there anything you can tell us about it? You know, I just, from what I remember, I slid to try to keep the ball inbounds, and then when I got up, the kid was in my face, and one thing led to another. You know, just tried to defend myself a little bit, but yellow card was given, just I guess to try to keep things under control.
Now, tell me a little bit about the ECAC Championship game. That was the second time you guys faced Elmira this season. You actually clinched your postseason berth to make it to the Empire 8 Conference Championship against them. Right. And that game definitely was very chippy throughout. How did it feel being on the field? You know, we knew going into it that they were going to be out for a little bit of revenge just because of the past we had with them this season. So the ECAC Championship definitely got a little heated. I don't know, they came out wanting some blood, but it definitely was shown throughout this style of play throughout. Now take us through the postseason a little bit, how the team felt throughout. You guys barely made it to the Empire 8 Conference Tournament as the 4th seed. Again, that win against Elmira, the very last regular game of the season. How did it feel going through the Empire 8 Conference Tournament, losing in the semifinals? Kind of take us through that a little bit.
You know, we were thrilled that we made the 4th seed there in the conference tournament, and then losing. I think a lot of us felt pretty good about that game going into it. You know, everyone was talking about how we felt good during warm-ups, and then so the loss was kind of hard to swallow. But then getting a chance, you know, to play in the ECAC, while it wasn't what we wanted to do originally, you know, it presented itself, and we practiced hard throughout the week, and were able to prepare ourselves and get in the right mindset to play. So we were excited to play.
And now that the postseason is finally over, your season is finally over, how do you feel about this season, especially ending on a win?
Yeah, we actually talked about that. It was kind of nice to end on a win, especially with how exciting the game was. Those games are fun to play in. So, you know, not only did we end on a win, but we're able to carry that win into hopefully next season and start off on the right foot next season.
And now when it comes to your off-season plans, what kind of activities does the team go through in the off-season? You
know, we get together some pickup games in the SLC, just small-sided games. Some of us lift. You know, there's certain programs we can go through. So we just try to get some touches on the ball, try to stay in shape a little bit, but at the same time relax and take advantage of the off time.
Now, when it comes to looking at next season, just briefly, we're going to talk about it. The team is losing Luke Lennox, Adam Durst, and also David Garabedian. You have a lot of strong juniors, though. How do you feel about next year, especially considering how this one ended?
You can't replace a Luke Lennox or an Adam Durst, but we got some great talent in the underclassmen. We're going to have a pretty strong senior class next year. So, hopefully, while those guys definitely had worthwhile careers, some other guys are able to step up and fill in for them. And, hopefully, we have a pretty successful season next year.
All right, Michael, thank you again for being with us.
No problem.
Again, this is Michael Rooney of the Fisher men's soccer team.